all these years, and the view of the Alchemy Commission hasn't changed a bit.
Nope.
The tides come and go, but the ancient sea remains the same. For us Vidyadhara, there's nothing more nostalgic than our homeland.
Yeah, time to wash your... You mean like you clean your windows?
Miss Lingsha?
Yes. I grew up here, listening to the sound of waves while researching prescriptions with my mentors and peers at the Alchemy Commission. It's kind of sad, isn't it? Everything changes, but somehow remains familiar. Just like you, Don Hung.
I love you.
I
Lots
traveled
and
far
lots
from
and
home.
Thank you for your follow,
And now I've
Dragon.
returned.
Welcome, welcome.
Seeing the familiar scenery brings back a hint of nostalgia.
The view here would be even
Oh, sorry.
better without the ambrosial arbor.
Oh, really?
I accidentally clicked on a button.
I think that towering tree looks pretty
Gonna
impressive.
put the controller away.
Even if it's impressive, it's a plague mark. The Xianzhou have been fighting abominations for thousands of years. And now that the ambrosial arbor has been reborn, it's only natural for everyone to feel uneasy.
Well, once a seed is planted, no matter how long it takes, it'll eventually sprout and bear fruit.
Or it
In my
simply
opinion.
dies.
The rebirth of the ambrosial arbor and the resurgence of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus were inevitable. The seed was already planted when the ancestors of the Xianzhou sought immortality.
Why can't you just make wild speculations about this? I thought we were here to have some tea. Well, where is the tea?
My bad. Well, since you went through the entire
I'm not here to
ambrosial
have a
arbor
discussion
crisis
about
firsthand, Dun Jing
lives.
and Lieutenant Yanqing, I'd like to discuss something with you.
Can
What
I
would
be
you like to
present?
discuss, Miss Lingsha?
I was lucky enough to be chosen by the Alliance to come in and clean up all the old grime in the Alchemy Commission.
Okay.
Honestly, the Alchemy Commission is riddled with problems and has reached a point where fixing it seems impossible. I'm looking to remedy this problem, but was wondering if you could provide any insights.
Well,
Well,
even though I'm a Vidyadharan like you, I'm an outsider, just like my companions here. I can't really say much about a remedy.
that's a nice way to put it, sweetheart.
I do have a piece of advice, Miss Lingsha. The Vidyadhara and the Alchemy Commission on the Luofu have always been intricately connected. If you cannot distance yourself from these ties, Miss Lingsha, changing the situation within the Alchemy Commission may be quite challenging.
I may not know about politics, but I do know that the disciples of Sanctus Medicus have been operating within the Alchemy Commission for years. If you're determined to root them out, maybe you should discuss it with the General.
I see. Thank you for your valuable insights. While the Lux Arrow from the Rainbow possesses unparalleled power to sever the ambrosial arbor, it can't sever mortals' desire to prolong their existence. Just like how the Cloud Knights can eliminate the remnants of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, but are unable to calm the hearts and minds of the people within the Alchemy Commission. Our Xianzhou
Where is
forebears
my
knew this
tea?
well. And
Wasn't
that's
I
why they
promised
entrusted
tea?
the duty of guarding the roots of the arbor to the Vidyadhara. However, the Vidyadhara are still only mortal beings. 30 years ago, my mentor served as Alchemy Commission's Cauldron Master. She recognized the emerging undercurrents and sought to cleanse the source of the disturbance. Unfortunately, even though she was skilled in the art of healing, she didn't understand the human heart or how to eliminate the sickness lurking within the depths of the Alchemy Commission. In the end, she was framed and exiled to the Juming. I was also
I get the
implicated in how to lead
feeling
the Lost.
that this planet likes to exile
And guess
people
who arbitrated
they
the case
don't
and handed down the sentence?
agree with.
None other than General Jing Yuan himself.
What?
You heard it right. The ones responsible for the corruption in the Alchemy Commission are not just the remnants of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, but
Wait, what?
even the Divine Foresight himself.
What was Jingyan? And Gus who arbitrated their case and handed down the sentence. Okay, but that's his job. You can't just pin this on him. That was his job to do.
Alas, why is your face turning pale, Yanqing? Don't worry about it. I understand that when someone holds a position of power, they may sometimes have to make tough decisions. I won't hold any personal grudges against him. Besides, at our age, holding personal grudges is a luxury we can't afford.
Lingsha, you're back! Ugh, I've been waiting ages for you.
Yunli, why aren't you with your grandpa? What brings you to the Alchemy Commission? Well, let me take this opportunity to introduce you to Yanqing.
Yeah, they know each other.
What a small world.
You stole my sword! Give it back!
I see. Let's skip the introduction part then.
Yep, let's just skip that.
Why do I keep bumping into you?
To be fair, that's his
Are you
home.
stalking me or something?
Of
He's
course not.
working.
Unlike you, Miss Yunli, I have important things to take care of. You, on the other hand,
I like her design, but her
have all the
character
time
is
in the world
very
to wander around
unlikable.
without returning my sword.
Grandpa used to say that a sword reflects its master. I talked to your sword, and it told me that you've been distracted.
Sure,
You
the sword
hesitate
talk to you.
when you should strike, and you struggle to stay calm when your sword is unsheathed. Now that I see you again, I realize your sword was right. It wasn't me who took your sword. It was you who lost focus.
Why is she gaslighting
You
this
really
poor
expect me to believe
boy?
that nonsense? I've been taking it easy on you because you're a guest from the Juming, but you're not taking the hint. Don't people from the Juming know you're supposed to return what you've borrowed?
Just look at this flying sword. Even if I gave it back to you now, it'd just be taken away again in a few hours.
By who?
You know the Cloud Knight saying, a Cloud Knight must never let slip their weapon. Yes? Well, sure, I can give it back to you now, but on
Yeah.
the battlefield, that's a whole different story. Poor flying sword.
Fine.
What is she
You don't have to
talking
take it back,
about?
Because I'll take it back myself.
Oh, to be young and the whim of impulse. So is there some wardens?
Between these two, who do you think is tougher, Dan Heng? Don't get me wrong. I'm just curious.
Oh, my bad is on Zhangling.
Get ready to separate them.
It is my first day at the Alchemy Commission. A brawl is definitely not how I imagined celebrating it.
Well, since you don't approve, I won't draw my sword.
Sure, it's because of her.
I didn't mean it in that way. Since you've already drawn your swords, you'd be disappointed if you didn't get to test one another, right?
Lingsha's
I've
like,
received reports that the
I
dells
don't
near
want
the
you to
Alchemy
fight,
Commission
but
are still
I'm gonna
infested
look
with
the other
abominations.
way.
Seems like my predecessors left quite a mess. So, if you two want to determine who's better, why not focus on them instead of each other?
Clearing out some abominations? Sounds boring.
It's the Cloud Knight's duty to eliminate those abominations. You don't have to ask me twice, Miss Lingsha. I'll help you get rid of them.
Oh, you think you're the only one who knows how to behave?
Apparently.
If Lingsha needs anything, I'll gladly draw my sword and help her out.
It's so heartwarming to see both of you being so sweet and caring. So then, shall we get going?
Sweet and caring, yes. That is the adjectives I would
Ever
also
since
use.
the disciples of Sanctus Medicus were eradicated, their experimental abominations have been festering here.
Okay.
If you want a contest, I'll be the referee. The one who kills the most abominations within an hour wins.
Can I also participate?
Lingsha, as always, you're still an expert in making unpaid work sound so noble and grand.
It's for your own good, little Yunli. While you desire to compete against each other, I don't want to see either of you getting hurt.
That's really thoughtful of you, Cauldron Master.
So, are you both ready?
Poor baby is so easy to gaslight. Oh, I actively have to. Okay.
Looks like my predecessors. Let me say it again. Be careful when you draw your swords.
I know. I know.
Can we?
Yeah, let's start.
Nothing major.
Oh, I actively have to. Okay.
Strike with heart!
I'll see you off.
The strength.
I have not
Eternal sleep is not the end.
played this in the.
The
Let
dead
me play this
return!
with my keyboard. I'm not used to playing this with my. Like, me personally playing this. Okay. Mouse and keyboard is a bit easier on this one.
Heaven's Surge.
Yeah.
Break!
I didn't expect someone who can't even hold on to a sword to actually have some skill. Descend to earth! You've got style with those moves, but you're
It's
not
not so nice that
striking
she
where it
just takes
counts.
my kill.
It's such a shame
I'll be
to see
honest,
you
that was my
misuse your
kill.
sword like that.
Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head.
You chose the wrong enemy.
How many can you block?
I don't really have. Oh, that was the wrong. It's okay.
Heaven's Surge. Rise! Awaken dormant scales. World cleansing dragon.
Maybe not the boss.
All in.
Strike with heart!
Through clouds!
Yeah, she's gonna steal that one again. The thing is, like, I couldn't choose my team.
Spend freely.
Some defense as well. Yes.
Watch your head.
Time for swordplay!
Sure, I'll play along.
Practice is over. Swords descend!
The dice have been cast.
Also, I'm
Bust.
obviously missing
Or maybe I'll take it all.
a sword there.
Eternal
isn't gonna
sleep
do as
is not
much.
the dead return.
Should have probably waited with that one. Because she's just one-hitting.
I sense a storm.
Yeah, I'm having like all this
Heaven's
hard
Surge.
work and preparation, and
Rise.
she's just like one-hitting these characters.
Awaken dormant scales. World cleansing dragon.
All in.
Nothing
How many
major.
can you block?
Okay.
Ow! Impressive!
Hedge your bets. The dice have been cast.
Yeah.
Bust.
Get rid of this one.
Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head.
Heaven's Surge. Break!
Doesn't really matter. I can't, yeah.
Clouds!
It's like not a fair thing. Are these the last two?
All in.
Time for swordplay! Strike with heart!
Heaven's Surge. Rise!
I hit the mark.
Awaken, dormant scales. World-cleansing dragon.
Maybe. Is there rid of that guy?
Practice is over. Swords descend.
Is this going to be a 50-50 if I kill all three?
I win, Miss Yun Li.
Oh, I did? Oh, thank God.
You got lucky.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, I did get a bit
Why don't
lucky.
you just give me
To be
back
fair,
my
you just
sword,
one-hit
sincerely
everything.
apologize,
How
and
is
then
that
go cry
fair?
your eyes out to your grandpa. Consider yourself lucky that I'm not interested in your rusty sword, as I don't have the nasty habit of snatching other people's weapons.
Wow.
All you did was chop
Tell
down
her.
a few monsters. Don't get carried away with yourself. If you think you can just take this sword from my hand, go.
I won! Why are we doing this? Oh, who's that? Oh, hello.
Well fought, my young friends. However, both of you have shortcomings.
Hi.
One of you focuses on
Who are
dodging and
you?
weaving, while the other relies
Right.
on brute strength, trying to take down targets with a single strike.
Oh, wait, I remember. People were like, oh my God, she's like one of the generals.
Me?
Why is she not
I'm just a
dressed
patient seeking
properly?
medicine
I
from
remember
the
those. There was
Alchemy
an outrage on Twitter
I'll
about
pass her
those.
by, if you will.
She hot! You see
I
her?
thought I'd see my fill of impressive fights during the war dance. Yet here I am, able to witness a remarkable fight at the Alchemy Commission, of all places. Well, the Lawfu is never short of surprises. However, I have a small suggestion for you. Why don't you settle this dispute fair and square in the war dances ring? That way, you can resolve your differences with a proper duel and put your grudges behind you.
Grudges? No, not at all. Yun Li and I, we were just sparring.
Sparring? You summoned your flying swords and she swung her sword with full strength. No grudges between you.
No grudges.
Aha! What brings you here, Lady Fei Xiao? Have you finished your health consultation with the Dragon Lady?
Fei Xiao? Grandpa always talks about you. Could it be that you're...
The Merlin's Claw of the Xianzhou Yao Qing?
Oh, maybe I have to put her on
Looks
my
like
list
I'm
and I
quite
want to
famous on
help.
the Xianzhou Lawfu, too.
Maybe.
Of course. Everyone has heard of the great general. Known to all, and unbeknown to none.
Great General? Isn't that title a bit too narcissistic? I don't like it. Ooh, I heard there's a dozing general on the Lawfu, so I came up with a humble nickname for myself. The Lacking General. Lacking in worries, regrets, and rivals. Sounds much better, right?
Yeah,
Sure.
that's a befitting title that sounds both humble and impressive. Now that the sparring session is over, Yanqing and Yun Li, shouldn't you politely thank General Fei Xiao for her guidance and bury the hatchet?
Here's your sword.
We got our sword back! I can't believe it.
It might get taken away again. By the way, we haven't settled the score yet. I'll defeat you fair and square next time we fight.
Sure.
This is how she apologizes? Now that I finally got my sword back, I should report to the seat of divine foresight. I'll take my leave, General Feixiao. Oh, by the way, Miss Linksha, if you've got some free time, I'd like to invite you to the seat of divine foresight for a chat with General Jingyuan. I think there's more to those personal grudges you mentioned earlier.
Thanks for stepping in, General Feixiao. Otherwise, I'd have had to knock them out with my incense.
Not at all. Just doing what you asked. How about we call it even as payment for the healer lady's consultation?
Is her voice actor Monarch?
But even a general needs to pay their bills.
Who's her voice actor?
We don't do credit here. And let's not forget, you'd have been waiting decades for a chance to see the Dragon Lady if it weren't for me.
Well, you can always send the bill to the seat of divine foresight and say it's for mentoring those kids. After all, it was quite the effort splitting them up. I nearly had to get tough. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to find a spot and get some fresh air.
No, it's not. It's Anai. I will not be able to pronounce that name.
Back already? You've met with Jingyuan and wandered around for a few hours. So, what do you think?
It appears that the Divine Foresight is using this war dance as a show of strength to convince everyone that the Luofu is prospering after the Ambrosial Arbor crisis.
But... I know you're going to say but, right?
But the influx of people attending the war dance is like a breeding ground for disorder and rumors. One wrong move, and the Luofu could be in a world of chaos.
The Cloud Knights on the streets remain vigilant, so at the very least, General Jingyuan is aware of this. As for other matters, I'm unable to say.
I'd prefer to be excused from future meetings with generals. I'm just a military healer. And now all of a sudden I'm thrust
he's a
onto the center
healer.
stage having cordial chats with two generals?
My work doesn't lend itself to being in the limelight either.
Just stop whining. At least you're in one piece, right? Before getting in touch with General Jingyuan, I wanted to put aside my assumptions and see his momentum. That includes the overall bearing of the Cloud Knights on the street, what people are saying, and how those close to him behave.
The might of an army dwells not within its pawns, but within the force of its collective momentum. Recognizing this fact reveals the true measure of power. Thanks for enlightening me, General.
A perfectly clear statement turned confusing thanks to your translation. You've made me lose where I was now. Anyway,
I like how they
this
like
is how I
interact with
operate
each
in
other.
battle, so you might as well get used to it.
Hi Alba,
Are
welcome.
you treating General Jingyuan as your enemy?
The longest-serving general of the Xianzhou Luofu. Do you think he'd have only a few enemies?
By the way, General, you met the healer lady, yes? Could you show me the medicine she prescribed you?
Well, the healer lady couldn't do anything about my condition. She just told me to enjoy some tasty food.
So
None of
not
us
even
do,
the
don't
famed
worry.
Healer lady could help. Don't worry. I'll fulfill my promise and find a way to cure you. Actually, I've found some leads.
Oh. He's
Well,
sick?
life and death, Zhao Chou. It's all predetermined. Upon starting my military career, I made a pledge that the rest of my life would be dedicated to being the Xianzhou spearhead, hunting down the abominations of abundance till the end of my days. As long as I can
That's
fulfill
perfect because
that
we're just
deep-seated
coming right
desire,
back to that. So
don't
you're
care
not
how long
missing
I live.
anything, Alba.
You asked if I view General Jingyuan as my enemy. No. My real enemy has always been myself.
Poetic.
Enjoy some tasty food. So, what's for dinner tonight?
Jeez. You really know how to read the room, don't you?
You guys figure it out for yourselves.
It's an
I'm
important
due to catch up with an old
question.
war friend
She might be
I've not
dying,
seen
but she
in quite a
still
long
needs
time.
food until then. Yeah, I want the fox
Was
dude
that
and the
Yao
hood
Qing
dude.
general who just dropped in
And
out of
Karn to the
nowhere?
general too. She hide.
She's so awesome. I mean, when Yoon Lee swung that massive sword, she just casually blocked
No,
her
there was
attack
main
with
story in
ease.
between, but it's not important for this story
Mine
arc.
too.
Yeah. But to go up against Yoon Lee is quite impressive, you know?
I don't want all of
Aura
them.
of heroism
I just want
and
the
grace.
hard ones,
It
which
almost makes me want to learn
sadly
Sanjo
nearly all of
swordplay.
them are.
You think so too, right?
I absolutely listen of what you're saying. Yeah, the swordplay is really good, really
Can't
really
you
good.
put a little more enthusiasm into it?
Thanks for the
I'm
kind
a
words,
simple
Miss
girl,
March.
yes, indeed.
The war dance is
I,
coming up, and I've been chosen
that
to
a
represent
crime?
the Cloud Knights in the
that-
ceremony. I've had my fair share of defeats lately, and even though I know there are always more skilled sword masters out there, seeing General Fei Xiao's skills today has made me feel a bit uneasy again.
Don't underestimate yourself. After all, generals won't fight in the ring during the war dance. Just remember the state of mind you had when you single-handedly took on me and Blade, putting life and death aside. With that mindset, you can prevail against most challengers.
Wow.
I see. Thanks for the advice, Master Dan Heng. By the way, now that today's events are
Advice.
over, General Jing Yuan wants to invite all of you to the Seat of Divine Foresight. He has something important to discuss.
Something
I
important.
bet it's about how to deal with the generals from the Yao Qing and the Zhu Ming.
I really don't want to get caught up in grown-up games so soon. I just hope Generals Fei Xiao and Huaiyan can see the truth. We don't need any more chaos on the Luofu before the war dance.
Okay. Do I just... No. Do I just go over there?
Need to extract.
Oh, I just go back in here. Let's do that. New Twitch mobile. I have not updated my Twitch app in a while.